And now, it's time for this week's Heroes of the Faith.
So we got 3 heroes of the faith. And these are all on YouTube.
Yeah, this is a relatively new segment for us where we review just very famous people that have really impacted Christianity in a great way.
And who will be with us for all time.
So here we go. This is the Ocean's heavy metal drummer.
Keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise,
So far it's
my
normal.
soul
Getting really into it.
rests in your
I'm really worshiping now.
embrace.
Something's missing though, drums. They need drums.
Like, I need the percussion to come in about now.
And you
But suddenly. There it is. I like how the woman is trying to stay in the spirit right now.
You are mine.
Can you see the guy? We can't see the guy. I mean, he's just like, he's like headbanging.
It's my favorite part when he finishes it. Just absolutely
Yeah.
nailed it. Right here. Nailed it. Destroyed. Owned.
Spirit is here.
My feet could ever walk.
Just that satisfaction.
My faith will be made strong.
Uh-oh.
Does it keep going?
He's coming back. Listen for that double bass pedal. Just going hard in the paint on those toms, man.
He's like Korn. Korn meets Amy Grant. So do you remember the story of this? This guy wasn't. He filled in.
I heard that they. Did you watch the interview or did you?
I got parts of it.
Yeah.
We just make up a story.
Yeah, I heard they called him in last minute. He's used to playing heavy metal.
Yeah.
Keep my
So he's a metal
eyes
drummer.
above
Metal drummer.
If it wasn't clear from the playing.
Yeah. So this is a classic Christian video. You know, maybe older than the internet itself. But if you've never seen
He
it,
was so into it though. All right, so I hadn't seen this next one yet, but Kyle introduced me to this. How old is this one?
this
hero
is
of
relatively recently, I think. At least I hadn't seen it until
Okay.
real recently.
So this is a pastor who's giving an illustration. Sermon illustration.
Any pastor who's ever used an object lesson, you know it can go horribly wrong, and you got to know that going in. And let's see this inspiring message and see what we can get out of it.
Okay, yeah.
Well, this is what God has done. He has taken our greatest enemy. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is
So
cool.
He has taken our greatest enemy, death,
What has he done with death?
and he said, and listen,
somebody playing
don't
piano
be
right now?
fooled today into thinking you're never
Did
going to
someone
die.
add that? I think someone added that.
Oh, okay.
Unless the rapture comes, this might come as a shock to you, but the Bible says it is appointed unto man once to die. You are going to die. Great news for Easter,
Inspiring
right?
Here it
words.
comes.
And that brings us a certain element of anxiety. But although we're going to experience a time...
It's the remix, I guess.
Oh, okay, they remixed it.
Yeah, we remixed it. There you go. So for the
He's okay.
audio listeners, this pastor gets into a coffin,
propped up.
standing up, like
Yeah.
on its feet, and closes the lid.
Closes himself in there like
And then
Tutankhamun.
it just slowly tilts to the side until he completely falls over.
Well,
and
he
tumbles
still
out of
has
the
the mic
coffin.
on inside of us. You can hear him,
The little whoop. That's the best part.
I love it. Like when he got the idea, like what did he do? Is he at his church meeting? He's like, anybody got any access to some coffins? Like, how did he get the coffin?
I'm thinking
Did
coffin.
they build the coffin? Is that a real coffin?
It doesn't look like a real coffin. to
So
me.
they had the guy. They're like, anybody good with wood working?
They had a woodworking guy build
like,
it.
hey, can you build me a coffin? I love how ready people in church are to do stuff like this.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll build you a
I'll
coffin.
build you a coffin real good. That's gonna speak to millions.
Or it was left over like as a VBS prop or something.
Oh,
That's usually-
Interview with a Vampire VBS.
yeah. I just wanted to go to Game of Thrones VBS. So.
Breaking Bad VBS. All right, so
Breaking Bad.
that was classic.
Sorry. Oh.
Okay, wait. So our next one is a pastor who tells a story. Who, in his mind, this story is very touching, moving story about something he did.
And how he brought a young man back to the Lord.
Yeah.
And this is, to me, this is very Mark Driscoll, like trying to make Christianity macho again.
Yeah.
So let's see how this pastor makes Christianity macho again. What did he do to
Gives a giant
Bring
testosterone injection
the youth back to the Lord with testosterone shots?
and a giant syringe.
Young man in Calvary. His name was Ben. And I was running a youth group. I was there for a few years. And he was a nice kid, but he was one of those kids that was always he's a real smart aleck. Was a bright kid, which didn't help things, right? Made him more dangerous. And we were outside one day at youth group, and he was just trying to push my buttons, and he was just, kind of not taking the Lord serious. And I walked over to him, and I went, bam! I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled him. And I leaned over and I said, Ben, when are you going to stop playing games with God?
With God.
I led that man to the Lord right there. There's times that might be needed.
So the kid is like,
I'll pray anything, man. Just don't hurt me.
yeah, do you think that was a sincere confession of faith, or was it like, just please don't punch me
I
again?
caved his sternum in, and blood was spraying all over the wall. He's gasping for air.
His last words were, I accept Jesus
the Lord
as Lord and Savior.
Call an ambulance. He crumpled him. I wish that there was a camera on the audience's face when he said that.
What? I love how he says, I crumpled him, because that's what you say, like, I don't know if that's a common phrase.
He doubled over in pain. I don't know. Yeah.
But it feels like if you're bragging to your friends about a street fight or something. Like, man, I totally crumpled the guy.
Yeah. Ragdolled that son of a, yeah.
Straight bodied him. It's just like, oh gosh. Yeah, but that was that macho phase. Like Mark Driscoll would say stuff like that. Like, not that he punched kids.
Yeah. That was like Wild at Heart came out and everyone's like, yeah, men punch each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
And they eat raw elk meat and drink blood.
Yeah.
They're different than women.
Shoot bears in the woods.
They run into a cave and punch a bear in the face.
Naked.
And accept the consequences of that.
Yeah.
Naked. Yeah.
And then meanwhile, the women's Bible study is like,
how does that make you feel?
You're God's special princess. Yeah. I thought that thing was over, that whole like women's Bible studies being like, you're God's special little princess or whatever. You're the daughter of the king, man. Not man, woman. And
Baby Factory.
I just saw at the church we've been going to a little flyer, women's tea on Saturday or whatever. You're a princess of the king or whatever, like not that it's not true. I mean, there's an element there. But, yeah.
All right,
well, another week, another
Heroes of the Faith.
Some more Heroes of the Faith. Hi, I'm Kyle Mann, Editor-in-Chief of the Babylon Bee. As Amazon continues to crack down on conservative books, it's more important than ever to put your money where your values lie. So I just want to take this opportunity to say, keep spending that dough at Amazon. They're doing great. Don't subscribe to the Babylon Bee. We don't want your money. Are you going to let me go now, Mr. Bezos?